Given the extraordinarily political nature of me as a person, this is a perfectly legitimate question to ask, in my opinion. This person says, genuine question, but would you be mad if your kids were Republican? No, I'd be disappointed. I'd be mad in certain instances, certain things happened in their lives that this is something that I would be disappointed in, because it would mean that they watched me, they watched their mom, they listened to the people in their lives live their life a certain way, a life that they were brought up in, and they thought that that life was wrong, that the opinions and viewpoints that we shared were wrong, and I would be disappointed if they felt that way. Would I be mad? At this stage in my life, at one point in time, yeah, baby. At this stage in my life, I don't think so. I think it would be more disappointment. My kids want to live their life a certain way, and that way of life means they don't want me in it, or they strongly go against the things that I stand for and believe in. Then that's their prerogative. There's nothing I can do about it. My goal ultimately is to have all of my children and all of my grandchildren in my life. If one of them were to break off for political reasons and say, I'm a MAGA Republican and I don't want anything to do with you, Dad, then so be it. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that I'm going to lose a relationship with a child because of politics, given the political nature or the political makeup of my children in general. But who knows? Anything is possible. Three of my children are already adults and have pretty firm thoughts of their own on politics. One of them is a freshman in high school and still hasn't formulated all of his thoughts on politics. I know he has strong political opinions, but he's still a teenager, so who knows? But I'd be disappointed in them, because you got to understand, my kids, at least the three that Renee and I had together, right? Those kids were raised in a world where Republicans have been fucking them over for years, right? My daughter Magnolia is 25 years old, right? She was born shortly before the towers were hit, and for a vast majority of her life, she never knew a world where the United States wasn't at war in the Middle East. And the brief period of time that we weren't at war once Joe Biden pulled us out, whether you agree with the manner or not in which he pulled us out, the brief period of time where we weren't at war in the Middle East is now over, because now we're back at war in the Middle East, just this time with Iran, but once again with a Republican president. Lily, same thing. Tommy, I want you to think about this for a moment. Think about how fucked up this is, right? I have memories of Carter and Reagan and Poppy Bush and all these presidents in all these years. My son is 14 years old. He's going to be 15 in December. Donald Trump has been in politics for a decade. Most of his life that he knows, that he remembers, Donald Trump has been a dominant force in American politics. This is normal to him. Not what Donald Trump does. My son thinks that Trump is an idiot, thank God. But the fact that Donald Trump being in politics is normal. For those of us in my generation, it's insane that it even got to the point where he was in politics, because we know knew who he was for 60 fucking years before that, you know? That means that my son would have grown up seeing Donald Trump be the Republican Party and decided to go with that. I would be very disappointed. My daughters, too. More so in my daughters, considering what Republicans are to women in the United States of America in today's day and age.